say that it feels right.
I am so glad Nintendo has finally decided to do something with their line of consoles. They've kept this secret so well. I believe it's the best kept secret that Nintendo's had for a console or even a game in a long time. The NX, the codename NX, everybody's like, what is this? What is this console? And then 7 days ago, they gave a video on the Nintendo YouTube channel, which was the first look at the Nintendo Switch. So, I'm here to share my thoughts with you as we watch through that. It's not my first impression. I've already seen through this before, but I just thought I'd give my own opinions about what this console is and how different and interesting it is that Nintendo's taken this approach. So, let's get right into it. So it starts out kind of peaceful. It's just in this town, this city, goes into this house, and there's this guy sitting on the couch. And they're playing the new Zelda game that's coming out, advertisement obviously, which is Breath of the Wild. So it's just all casual, it's got the really nice music in it, it's kind of relaxing. It's like, you know, look at this console, it's a masterpiece. Boom, they hit you, jazz music turns on, and then you see this right here. What is this? When I first saw that I thought, you're taking the freaking controller apart and then you're putting it on there. Now this is actually a good point I'd like to make. Nintendo, with the Nintendo Switch, has made a very smart move. Where the Wii U failed, they're able to kind of reuse the same design from the Wii U. And they put another touchscreen in the middle of, you know, two remotes. But this time, you know, you can move it back and forth, mobile as well as console. Another thing that actually was just released recently, as far as information on the Nintendo Switch, this console, unlike the Wii U and the DSs they've had in the past, is a multi-touch screen. So if you have one finger, you know, on the left, one on the right, they'll both react. The Wii U did not have that. This also makes it a ton more accurate for gameplay. Anyways, so the dog wants to walk. Let's go, Fido. And it shows that they have a mobile version of all the heavy console games. And I find this a bit daunting. I don't know how well it's going to be able to handle that on mobile. I feel like the frame rate might turn down from like 60 to 30. Also, it goes to the... I want to make a point here. There's no girls that like Nintendo that hot. It just doesn't happen. It's not existent. But it's kind of neat that they put this in here. Nintendo is actually trying to appeal to the old fan base, where we have grown up, the people that were, you know, in love with the GameCube and, you know, bought the Wii's thinking they're going to be the greatest console and realized every game had motion controls. They're trying to appeal to the people that had the original heart for Nintendo, that age group, and it's fantastic that they're doing that. So he goes to take his airport trip, pulls out the stand. So they're basically showing all these small utilities you can do with it. Also, I'm pretty sure that's Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch. This has to be Skyrim. How did they get Skyrim on a Nintendo console? That seems extremely odd. I mean, the remastered version just came out recently, so maybe that's part of why it's out there. Another advertisement for the remastered version. It's pretty sweet that they've got it run on this console, and it looks nice. It looks high definition. Now, here, this is another thing. So where the controls can split in half, this gets me every time I see it. I want to make a point. So nobody is going to comfortably play on these little bitty controls. What is this? What is this? It has the joystick and 4 buttons. I mean, you know, props to Nintendo. They've made this possible, and that's, you know, amazing. And some people will still use this. I'll probably try it out. I don't know how I'll do this in the back of a car on a road trip because that's going to give me all of the motion sickness. But that control, man, that's barely enough to... You could fit that in this part of your hand. That's just so... That's so small. It's not going to be comfortable, but... They're making improvements. They're making improvements. That's a cool idea. And then, you know, further add on to the fact they're going to play Mario Kart, they gotta go go-karting. And then basketball. The athletic sport. So we're gonna take a break from actual basketball to play basketball. Okay, Nintendo. And once again, on these little crap controllers. There's no way you'd be able to play 2K or something on that. It's not possible. It doesn't even have triggers, I'm pretty sure, from the looks of it. But hey, they make it look hype, so let's have at it. So I'm guessing they're coming out with a new Mario for the Nintendo Switch, at least by the looks of it. That doesn't look like one that's been out beforehand. I don't want to stereotype, but she almost looks Chinese. And they're on rooftops, I don't know. The whole background kind of looks Middle Eastern in a way. But I like how, oh, come socialize. Let's bring the Nintendo Switch out there and we'll all play on these little bitty freaking controllers. Oh man. Now this is something I actually found extremely great about the Nintendo Switch. They're almost bringing attention to esports. And I'm not sure if this is actually a redone Splatoon or if it's the old Splatoon just being placed on Nintendo Switch. But the fact that they're making this for esports in a way, or even bringing attention to it, that means Nintendo's finally recognizing something they've avoided for ages because Nintendo wants to be the family-friendly console and they don't want competition. This is extremely great. Also, the actual controls look a ton better than the smaller ones, so it's not like you're gonna be stuck with those on the Nintendo Switch. I want to know if that's actually computer generated or if that's actually something they held, because they actually held that just for a commercial. Man, that's interesting. So it's going to be coming out in March next year. That is so close to now. That is so close to now, and I can't wait. I cannot wait for that. Oh, and I always bought a Wii U recently until I saw this video come out, and I was like, oh, this is my moment. This is my opportunity. This is my chance. So what do I think of the Nintendo Switch? I think Nintendo has finally done something right, and I hope that they have. The only downsides I could possibly see is when you're playing it, the mobile versions, the frame rate might be cut a bit, but if you can still get your favorite games to go with you, as well as at home on a console, that's fantastic, because mostly I've steered away from consoles in the past. I didn't get the GameCube, however I got the Wii and had some GameCube games on it. I also got all the handhelds, all the way from like the origins of their handhelds, from the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color, all the way up. I didn't get the Wii U, however, so I'm hoping that this is a nice blend, because I like being able to play them when I want, where I want. Another thing that might be bad about the mobile version is once you stray away from the TV, I honestly see that battery life zip. I don't see it going anywhere. If it lasts maybe an hour and a half, I would be happy. I don't even see it lasting that long, especially with 720 pixels on that screen, multi-touch. There'd be so much hardware that would have to be behind it. But the console itself is just fantastic. I hope they give out some new games. I know that sometime soon, I actually read an article about it, I think it's January 13th, however, don't quote me on that. There's going to be another conference on the Nintendo Switch, and they're hoping for some new announcements there. So, we might have some new games, at least launch titles released, other than Breath of the Wild, which I think is on the Wii U as well, so it's kind of like a double port. The game, the Nintendo NX, also covers cartridges. That's how the games are played. So it looks like there will be 3DS cartridges. Well, that's not good or bad, I guess. It's nice. It's more nostalgic that way, and I also feel like it's going to be more compact. It'd be harder to break a cartridge than it would be to break or crack or scratch a disc. So hopefully that'll be more safety reasons. I just don't know if that'll be, limitations on the games themselves because it's smaller. But I'm ready for the Nintendo Switch. I hope all of you are. I know that's definitely going to be a must-buy come March. Man, even if it's like $350, it might be around $350. That'd still be worth it. It's been so long since I've seen something Nintendo that I actually want and desire, and I'm glad they came out with this. So I hope some of you share your thoughts with me. If you have any thoughts you'd like for me to know, put it down in the comments. If you want to get the NX, go get it. Throw a like down. I know I'm going to get it. So, this is Wild Trap, signing out.